Okay, so the next few episodes are going to be subconscious practices that I use, and I'm going to walk you and guide you through a few of those to help you sit with the feelings in your body. And we'll see how they feel for you, see how they land for you. I will offer you two things before we get started. One is you are your own best guide. So you get to just guide yourself through anything. You get to sit and find somewhere quiet and get into your body and notice the feeling that you're feeling in your body, and you can move through it in any way that you want. If you truly believed that you were your own best guide, you could go and just do this right now. The other thing that is really helpful for me to realize is that pretty much just be like you were when you were 4, completely uninhibited, believing in imaginary things, letting us have imaginary friends, basically, letting there be no rules. There's no way to do it wrong. The more that you can believe that there's no way to do it wrong, the more that you can actually do this. So maybe the feeling in your body starts to take shape, and maybe you start to imagine different things. Go with that. The more imaginative, the more creative you can be, the more helpful it is. I find that my subconscious mind sounds kind of illogical sometimes, or maybe all the time. And so working in that imaginative, creative, it doesn't have to make sense, illogical way has actually been super helpful for me. And recognizing like there's no rules. We can just figure it out. Somebody also did mention to me the other day, I think that you have a gift for visualizing, like you're just uniquely good at this. And that might be true, but also I think a few years ago, I wasn't uniquely good at it. I think that I let other people guide me through processes that were similar so that I could get used to doing this. So it can be a muscle. It could be a muscle that we can strengthen and we can practice at it. So what I always do first is I close my eyes and I always center into my breath. Even just doing a simple breath in through the nose and exhaling twice as long deeply out through the mouth. Even just doing that is so regulating for my system. As I start to breathe, I like to focus on the breath. How does it feel in my mouth, my nose, my chest? How does it physically feel in my body to breathe? How does it feel in my muscles, my head, my shoulders, my neck, my chest, my stomach, my feet? How does it feel to feel that breath in the body? As I start to recognize and feel that, I always feel more open, relaxed, calm. Like I'm creating more space in the body, more space between my muscles and my bones, more spiritual space, maybe more space in my soul, more open to receiving whatever wants to come in today. And then I like to think of a moment where I felt a big feeling. Maybe you're already feeling it now. Maybe you want to think about a time where you felt a strong emotional activation in the body. I like to go back to that time and really imagine it. Where was I? What did it look like? What was happening? Maybe I even walk around the memory. Maybe I can pause at the exact moment in time where I felt the bigness of the feeling. Like I'm pausing a movie and looking around. What do I see? What do I notice? Was it someone's facial expression? Not even words that triggered me? Was it something not done or not said? Or something that was said or done? And as I notice all of that, I let the memory float away. But before I do, I collect the emotion in my body. I can feel the feeling of the memory. The memory itself can float up and out with the clouds through my mind. Can float out through my body like a leaf on the wind. Float away with the river, however you want to imagine it. The memory floats away, but I am stuck here with this energy now that I feel in my body from that memory, from that moment. And I can feel it physically in my body. And for this practice, I want you to actually take your physical hand and point to where you feel that feeling in your body. Wherever it is that you feel it the most strong. And I want you to imagine what it's doing. Does it feel like it's stretching or pulling? Does it feel like it's heavy or moving? Does it feel like it's spinning? Does it feel like it's still? Whatever it's doing, I want you to do that with your hand, maybe with both your hands. Even with your body, you can move the body, the whole body. If it's spinning, move your hand in a spinning motion. If it feels like it's squeezing, take that part that feels like it's squeezing and you squeeze it also. I invite you to squeeze it even more or tighten it even more or pull it down even more or spin it even more than it feels like it needs, feels like it's doing. Even bigger movements, stronger movements than it feels as if it's doing. And just keep doing that for a moment or two. If it's stillness, just stay in the stillness. Let it just be there. Over time, you'll notice that it'll do something. It'll shift, it'll move, it'll release, move with it, shift with it, release with it. If it still feels like it's moving, again, do that movement with your hands or with your body. Physically, actually do that. If you're in a room with other people and you're doing this, maybe just imagine yourself doing that movement. Again, doing it faster or stronger or bigger than it feels as if it needs. If it's already released, just move into the release. If it feels like it's still there, keep pointing to where you feel it, keep moving with it. As you move with it, as you feel with it, it'll feel like you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the feeling, almost like you're falling down a chasm, a deep, dark chasm that feels like maybe it doesn't have a bottom. Falling more deeply into the feeling. Eventually you do reach the bottom. Eventually it does release. Give yourself time to get there. Once you're there, laying at the bottom of that chasm, having moved and shifted and released all that's in the body, notice how different you feel now. Even your muscles, the energy, the emotion inside. Contrast that with how you were feeling in the beginning and even increase that contrast. Notice how much more you feel it. Being the opposite of what you felt in the beginning, it almost increases the difference in feeling you feel now. And allow that new feeling, that better feeling to expand and grow. You can move it up to the top of your head, down your arms and your shoulders, down your feet, through the ground, expand it. It comes from within you and it moves outside of you. You can imagine spreading that to people around you. You can imagine it amplifying. As I spread it to people around me, I find that it does amplify. It makes it even bigger. I like to end each practice with 3 slow, deep breaths in through the nose. Double exhale out through the mouth. At the end of my practice, sometimes I imagine that emotions are messages and maybe there's a message there for me, advice, an answer, an idea that comes in the form of an image or a thought or a feeling. Sometimes I stay there for a moment. And whenever I feel complete, I open my eyes. I'll often take a journal and I'll just write down what comes, ideas, thoughts, words that come to mind, or I'll write down maybe something that I want to remember, something that was significant for me. That might seem like a simple practice, but the feeling is in the healing. Just like that quote that I've said several times, practice an emotional state until it becomes a neural trait. Practicing the emotional state of safety, of security, of peace, of allowing my body to be the space where I allow myself to feel those deeper things, those bigger feelings, will eventually bring that safety and that peace and that security that I am longing for into my body, that I can only find in the body. Thanks for being here. We'll have a couple more practices like this over the next couple of weeks. And let me know. Let me know in the comments. Feel free to email me, send me a DM on IG. Let me know how it's going for you. If you were able to move through that, what happened for you. I would love to hear your experience. I love talking about that and how they go. So we will see you next time. If you are enjoying these episodes, I would love for you to follow, subscribe, like, share, do all those things so that it can get more out into the world, more out into the algorithm, and join me in this shame-free movement.